Vince Gilligan is walking a dangerous line with Pluribus. Episode 3, to me, feels like a warning. If Gilligan recognizes it, this show could become one of his most powerful works. But if he doesn't, it might sink into a pretty heavy-handed series that forgets the importance of storytelling. In this video, I wanted to talk about what episode 3 is really trying to say, and why Gilligan seems so captivated by it that he's ignoring a crucial point. Stick with me till the end. Hey everyone, welcome to Cinema Z. I'm honored that you chose to watch this video. Absolute power is something humans have always fantasized about, getting whatever they want instantly. Within 45 minutes, the entire store fills up with everything Carol wants. One of the most beautiful tensions in Pluribus is that Carol's conflict with the Hive mind is sometimes philosophical or political, but most of the time it's completely personal, and she's stuck between those two. On the one hand, she wants all memories of Helen erased from the collective mind, so the whole thing stops being personal. On the other hand, she can't help loving Zoja and caring about her. She wants these people to leave her alone, but also, without them she can't function. It's like Carol wants to be the only person on Earth. She can't stand the others. But she also feels life is meaningless without them. This contradiction is one of the most interesting parts of the show for me. I really hope the series keeps this tension alive till the end. The way the collective mind organizes that giant store, the speed, the precision, immediately reminded me of bees working together. And when Carol mentions the same thing a few minutes later, it becomes clear this analogy is intentional. They even call it a hive mind. So if we think of Carol as the queen of this hive and look at how a beehive actually works, things get interesting. A beehive usually have only one queen. The worker bees make up most of the population. They're female but infertile, and they do all the jobs, collecting nectar, building the hive, caring for the queen's eggs, basically keeping the entire colony running. Just like the people of Pluribus, who can stock a supermarket, fly a plane, or perform a complex surgery. The queen produces pheromones, chemicals that strongly influence the workers' behavior. These pheromones literally prevent the workers from reproducing. Their ovaries don't develop, which stops new queens from being born. The pheromone also coordinates the workers' activity. Bees closest to the queen, called attendants, spread the signal to the rest of the hive. The message is simple: the queen is here. And because of that message, the hive stays perfectly organized without needing a leader for each group. Pretty fascinating, right? Now we can understand why the hive mind freezes whenever Carol gets angry. Carol's mind is the queen. The collective mind around her is the workers. That's why she gradually realizes she has absolute power. But here comes a strange paradox. A queen bee's role is reproduction. Carol, on the other hand, is a lesbian, and her sexual orientation doesn't lead to reproduction. Maybe that's part of why Carol seems angry both before and after the outbreak. Before the virus, she was already rejecting the norm. I mean the socially accepted path to sexual relation. Now she has to push back against an even larger norm. There's a moment where she's watching a sitcom and she doesn't even crack a smile. Her whole emotional world feels charged with rebellion, constantly fighting against her deep need to protect and care for others. That's the core contradiction that drives the whole show. We also sense self-destructive thoughts in Carol. When she asks Zoja how long it will take to make her one of them, and Zoja can't give her a clear timeline. Carol says by then, I'll be completely wrecked. Later, when she discovers she has access to weapons of mass destruction, she goes deeply silent. She starts testing the limits: grenade, bazooka, tank, nuclear weapon. It's as if she wants to know just how far she can go in destroying this new world. This series raises heavy questions, almost like a philosophical essay about what it means to be human and how the other shapes our identity. And that's exactly what worries me. Here's the danger I mentioned earlier. Gilligan is famous for making shows that are thrilling on the surface but profoundly meaningful underneath. But here, it feels like the narrative and dramatic tension step back to make room for the symbolism, especially in episode 3. And that's not great. Too much symbolism can hurt the viewing experience. Cinema is powerful because it hides deep ideas inside compelling stories, not the other way around. We'll have to wait and see if this issue gets fixed in the coming episodes. I'm still betting on Gilligan, especially after Better Call Saul. What about you, and did episode 3 land for you, and how do you think Pluribus compares to Gilligan's previous works? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for sticking with Cinema Z. See you in the next video.